Ooh.
I'll let FTFE. Actually, no.
Technology.
There we go. Yeah, I had issues to start off with. Fun times. But ahoy hoy, I am Planner Walk, and welcome to Rush of Stupid, where we just shove stupid in your face because why not? It's entertaining.
I mean, it's my life, basically. I wake up and I just go online and I type in Google stupid, and that's my job.
I mean, a whole lot of flat earthers come up, right?
Yeah. Every time I type in stupid, I just get a picture of Riley's face.
That makes sense. Yeah, apparently there's someone called Riley Nodell. That was interesting. So,
I see them on the screen, yes.
So yeah, go give them a follow. They can't.
The Riley Nodell effect.
They can't be as stupid as the real combination of Riley Nodell. So.
Oh God, she's going to wonder what's happening now, poor girl.
Well, we're not going to... Here's the thing. It's not for any hateful reason. It's just, go give...
Yeah. She just said her never to Google her name because she was like, what's the Riley Nodell effect? Wait.
Yeah, don't harass her, basically, is what I'm saying. Don't go harass her, but give her a follow.
Even with those blue patches in her hair, don't harass her.
But, yeah, anyway, first order of business is to shell out the memberships because, that's something that I have. So I'm sure I mentioned this in the last stream, but I have a flat earth emoji, and the next emoji will likely be a penguin with an AK-47 or something to that effect.
Why would it not?
Depends how good my graphic design skills end up being. Or if maybe I'll pay someone on Fiverr. Whichever one whichever one I decide to do. There we go.
I think let's see if I can hire someone on Fiverr to just go round to Riley's house and call him stupid. I'm sure you could get someone to do that.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, surely there'll be someone that would do it, right?
I mean, I'd do it for free. You wouldn't have to pay me,
Yeah. Anyway, the first order of business here is this photo that was saying
What? I just turned to the side and read that. What the?
Due to limited COVID-19 seating, you may be asked to share your table. Thank you, management.
Oh my God!
Doesn't
read this.
Doesn't that kind of defeat the point?
What the fuck? Oh my God. I had to call my wife over to read that then.
Yeah. Is it a joke?
So they're like, no, we're not going to reduce the amount of people. We're just going to force you to share your table and still get the same amount of people in the restaurant. Oh, it's all right. We're adhering to social distancing because we're only using every other table. Oh my God.
Yeah, it makes no sense. I do like this here though. Like I just noticed this, and it says, "Mask required for service. Do not pout, do not whine, do not argue, do not harass the employees, do not spout conspiracy theories or regurgitate misinformation you got from your dumb uncle on Facebook. This isn't political, it is basic health and safety. Do not choose to be the reason the rest of the world are laughing at us. I forgot it in my car? Well, go get it then. This is unconstitutional? No, it's not. This is a hoax. You're an idiot. That's the thing that makes you go, despite the last one, there's still some faith left in humanity.
Oh my God. If I owned a business, like serving the public, I mean, I would not be nice to people. Just get out now. Yeah.
Anyway, what is the next thing on the list? Because this is something. So this is something where I've kind of got to give a bit of context. So, remember how a lot of gamers voted for Trump because he was the gamers person? Well,
yeah,
or something like that. Well, turns out that Biden is the gamers person. Biden is looking to solve the PS5 stock problem.
Yeah, the British government have got in on that as well.
Oh, really?
Because it's not really a stock problem. It's the fact that scalpers have been able to access all the stuff before everyone else. And AMD can't keep up with the supply because it keeps getting snatched up too fast. I think for Biden, it's more about the fact that it's not necessarily about the PS5 and the Xbox. It's about the AMD chips, which a lot of their military and stuff depend on it. And if AMD aren't making enough chips, then it could be damaging to America. Whereas in Britain, I think they're just concerned about scalpers screwing people over.
Yeah, so essentially, Joe Biden is expected to sign an executive order starting an investigation into solving the root issues. And it says the executive order calls for a 100-day review of supply chains in 4 areas. Those include semiconductors used in products from cars to phones, and of course the hard-to-find PS5 and Xbox Series X. So yeah, it's so Biden is actually kind of based. Of course, there are things that he has done recently which I'm like, that's not quite so based, but hey, at least it's better than whatever the fuck Trump was doing.
You forget that Trump wasn't ever president. The tribble on his head was.
Oh yeah, I forget that.
Yeah.
So yeah, one person in chat says, "I'll let a PS8 come out before I pay double from a scalper." And true, like I've almost got enough money to buy a PlayStation 5. Almost, it's not quite there.
Yeah. So,
but I want to wait for
the person in Sony in charge of naming their consoles. I mean, that's minimum effort job, right? All right, what are we going to do next? We've got PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4. Well, what should we do? I know. Genius. PS5. Nailed
Actually,
it.
no. The PS4 Pro.
But see, Xbox, they go interesting. They start with the Xbox, and then they jump Xbox 2 to Xbox 359 and go straight to Xbox 360. And then go backwards to Xbox One, and then they bring out the Xbox One X, but then just to confuse everyone, their next console is called the Xbox Series X with the baby version of the Xbox Series S, because that all makes perfect fucking sense.
You see, it's a marketing strategy, right? What they do, right, and it's a really sneaky marketing strategy. So what they do is they say, okay, we're bringing out this new Xbox, the Xbox Series X, right? And some people go, well, actually... Or some people will go, the Xbox One X, that's what I'm buying my son. And then their son gets all annoyed that they got them the Xbox One X because that's old generation hardware. And it's like, I actually wanted the Xbox Series X. And by the time the parents have clued into it, the warranty or the refund has passed, and so yeah, that's how they're selling a whole lot of extra things. Yeah, sneaky strategy.
They're like, we've sold so many Xbox One X's lately. This is amazing. People go into the shop going, I don't know. Like the parents are going to the shop. I don't know why everyone's complaining. It was easy to go in and get an Xbox One X. My son's going to be so happy.
Yeah, and little do they know, it's the Xbox Series X.
Yeah. The Xbox Series 360 will be the next one. No, it'll just be the Xbox 10 to the negative 17.
Yes. That will be the one that will have limited hardware. You know, that will be like the cheap version for people like JM Truth. That will have like 10 to the negative 7. That'll have 10 to the negative 17 teraflops of power.
Yeah. And they still won't understand how to use it.
Yeah. Anyway, the next thing is... All right, here's one of the main subjects. So, Marjorie Taylor Greene isn't she the QAnon lady in Congress? I don't know.
I don't know. I pay little attention to American politics. Just laugh at Trump every now and then.
But she says God created only two genders. But I like.
Technically, didn't God just create one gender and then use a rib to clone it or something?
Yeah, that's what Ellison said. Ellison said, wrong. God created one gender and a rib, but I wouldn't expect a rib to know that. I love when you've got this excellent sort of response where it's like, yeah, God just created one gender and a rib.
Shut up, rib.
I do love when people try to use the Bible as justification for their faulty science, and it's not even science. It's as the Bible for justification of their pseudoscience, and then they end up getting owned in spectacular ways by not realizing what the Bible says.
I was arguing with a flat earther on Facebook the other day, and their claim was that the Bible was a science book, right? So I asked them to recreate a talking donkey, or a burning bush that could talk, or a talking snake, or stopping the sun in the sky for just a little bit, or if they could cause a global flood, but then, make a path through the flood with a staff, or anything like that. Because isn't science supposed to be repeatable? And they blocked me.
Oh, that's what I'm going to do next time. Next time I get asked to make a planet that can make water conform to the outside of it, I'm going to ask them, create a sun that can levitate through the sky without ever losing any power. We
don't make claims.
Well. Then you've got no model. Shut up. That's basically what what's his name, Aaron Ra's position is.
The best thing Aaron Ra said was when Nathan started complaining, "Oh, you're going to run away." We haven't even got talking about thermodynamics, and Aaron Ra went, "The fuck you know about that?" Savage. r/murdered by words.
Yeah. Anyway, what was the next thing? We have. Oh yeah,
I like the response to that, actually. That it said that through God anything is possible except additional genders.
Yeah, you got to think. Maybe God. You got to think: is additional genders not possible through God, or is additional genders possible through God, right? And that means that, your argument for there only being two genders is invalid. Which one are you going to choose? It's like that meme where the person has their hand over the button. And obviously these people haven't heard of,
which button?
Other cultures.
Bible is a science book. Shut up.
Yeah. Anyway, oh wait, that's not what the thing I wanted to do was. I wanted to go to here, and why don't you read this one out?
Making me work and shit. Request for reference. Dear Amy, I was surprised to hear from you after a few months. This puts us in an awkward position. If we answered the questions of your prospective agency honestly, it would be number one. Yes, you did pay your rent on time. You were quiet and did keep the apartment reasonable clean. The problem is the question, would we rent to you again? The honest answer is no, because although you were legally able to leave with a 2 months notice, it cost us considerable hardship to have to try to rent in the middle of winter. Therefore, it may be better if I did not respond to the agency for the request of a reference. Yours sincerely, James Paul.
So, what bullshit is that?
Wait, so you moved out, therefore we won't give you a reference?
Yeah.
Right. So,
well, it's more.
I've got so many problems here, because if the landlord had a contract with her to, say you have to be to this point, and she moved out early, she would have had to pay the rent to cover that, right? So he wouldn't have lost any rent. If he knew that his tenant was about to move out, then he had time to go and re-rent it to somebody. There's always people that want a fucking house. And also, if he's a proper landlord, he would have landlord insurance to cover any months where he doesn't get rent from his property. The fuck?
And here's the thing. With the 2-month notice, they gave them a 2 months notice. That's like a decent amount of time to be able to go, okay, yeah, I've got to get my shit together and work on renting this out to someone. But yeah, and I mean, I get that it's hard to try and rent in the middle of winter or at certain times, but suck it up.
What you did was an inconvenience to me, even though it's perfectly legal and not anything bad, and it's my fault if I didn't prepare for something that could potentially happen. But no, for that I am not giving you a reference.
Yeah,
I would give that letter to my new tenancy agency as the reference.
Yeah.
As you can see, I paid my rent on time. I were quiet, and I did keep my apartment clean. You don't need to see the rest.
Yeah, it would be like someone. Let's say someone got a new job, right? In programming, right? And again, let's say someone got a new job in a game developer setting, and they quit their old work right before crunch time, and so the old work that they're at, even though they were really good and participated in other crunch times, because it was just before crunch time, they decide not to give the person who left a reference. That would be a dick move.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so that's basically what's going on here. That kind of attitude.
I'm blown away by that. I can't make enough money, therefore I'm going to potentially stop you getting somewhere to live.
Yeah, it's shocking how bad people are. But also,
I'm ready to I'm done with this planet, frankly, Connor.
Fair enough.
Should we just? There's got to be a way to get off, right?
Well, Mars, Elon is working on the Mars stuff, so.
Yeah, do you know Elon? You got a line there?
I mean, of course, I work for NASA, so.
Okay, cool. So, get us one of the seats on the trips to Mars, because I'm done with Earth, honestly.
Yeah.
Just stop the planet. I'll get off here, thanks.
But the next thing that we've got is from a member of Parliament in New Zealand. Now, there is a bit of context behind this that I do have to say. So, David Seymour is the leader of the ACT Party, which is basically New Zealand's Libertarian Party, right? So what happens is that the health minister went for a bike ride during lockdown, right? And
right. Is that the picture of the health minister there?
No, that's the picture of Jacinda Ardern. Basically, it's
right.
Like,
okay.
Basically, that meme where it's like, with Drake. And then mothers go walking at level 3. Those individuals are facing the full judgment of the entire nation. But here's the thing. Sure, he kept his job, but there was a reason for that. And that was because they didn't want to be like, okay, you lost your job, we've got to quickly rush around and find someone during the middle of a pandemic and I mean, there was still they still got a lot of criticism, and I don't think they have their job anymore.
Oh my god, there is so many dumb people on this planet.
And keep in mind that this is a leader of a political party in New Zealand.
Yeah, but you forget Trump was president of the USA.
I mean, true, but still. But yeah, like, and why do I have a hair in my mouth? It's not
hungry, extra protein.
It's really annoying having hair in your mouth, especially when you. Like, I shaved recently, as you can probably tell from my face.
You do look even more like a 12-year-old, yes.
Yeah, but I shaved and like all this hair got in my mouth. Stop licking. But
you need to update your little YouTube button there.
Yeah, I need to
add an extra 0 to it.
I need to get my 10,000 one. Oh,
I remember being on your 666 subscriber special with Conspiracy Cats.
Yeah, that was a fun time. And there was a bold investigation, and then you
says, Slife DK says, stop licking your cat, and you won't have any hair in your mouth.
But I like licking pussy.
Oh.
Anyway, after that nice punchline, we need your laugh track there.
People that complain about wearing a mask have obviously never gone down on a woman.
I mean, I mean, to be fair, it is better to, for me at least, it's better to go down on a woman than wear a mask. But I'll do both. So you know, Giza, the mask reviewer, said could see that joke coming a mile off.
That's what she said.
Nice. Anyway, here we go. This was some drama. So,
well, we originally wanted to use a word that acknowledges the shortcomings of gender binary language after hearing directly from you, including members of the LGBTQIA plus community on Twitch. We will now be using the spelling woman moving forward.
Do you want to know
what were they?
They spelt it WOMXN.
What? Why?
Because they felt that the word woman wasn't inclusive enough, right?
So, right, does that not mean that people that identify as women are now being excluded?
Yeah. That's basically what a lot of people said. They got a lot of shit because they got a lot of shit because people were basically saying, "Wait, no, I'm a trans woman, and that means that I'm a woman. That doesn't mean that I'm a Womxn or what?
Womxn,
you know,
a Womxn."
And it's one of these things that they were, at least on the surface, trying to appear to be more inclusive. And I say on the surface because, you know, it could be that there was someone at Twitch that was going, well, you know, you got these people that are TERFs or whatnot that they might be saying, well, you know, we're all for inclusivity, but we can't be saying that trans women are women because, you know, we might make some of the feminists mad, the TERFs mad, even though I don't really think that TERFs are feminists, but that would be a no Scotsman fallacy, no true Scotsman fallacy. And as we all know, that FTFE is a true Scotsman.
Don't tell that to the Scottish people, they get angry. When I wanted to wear a kilt for my wedding, because I was marrying a Scottish woman and my family's got Scottish heritage, because I was raised in England, it made a bunch of Scottish people really angry at me.
Okay. But anyway, yeah, it's... I'm not sure whether they were actually trying to be inclusive or not, but you know, they're at least trying to appear inclusive to some people, but they had the complete opposite effect. You know, of being like, well, some people that say that they're women aren't women, and it's like, no, they are women. You know?
Yeah.
Trans women are women, right? And if anyone's mad at me, you're wrong.
It's just, oh my God, it's mind blowing. I remember when it was just LGBT, by the way, you know.
I actually, I actually recently saw someone that said, well, soon it will be just queer, because queer does encompass basically LGBT. You know, Q stands for queer, I think. Or sometimes it stands for questioning, but I think that a lot of people have sort of embraced the term queer, and it's like a lot of other words, like it's like the N-word, right? A lot of people, a lot of black people basically say it with an A, sort of reclaiming it, and it's like, you know, good on you. And I think with queer, it's sort of the same. A lot of LGBT folk are using the word queer to describe themselves, and it's basically reclaiming the word for themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see if in the future it's just the queer community, and that would be pretty simple, I think, and it will get rid of this. What's that?
You're either what's it called? Cis. You're either cisgender or you're queer, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, and
that's what.
Yeah, some people that do find it confusing, like one person in the chat, will be like, oh yeah, queer, that's simple, you know, rather than all the letters. And it gets rid of these annoying alphabet soup jokes.
Yeah.
You know. Anyway, yeah, one person said too much micro-labeling. Yeah, it's...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's...
Matt Bryce says he's gay and he doesn't like the word. Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be, I guess, some people that don't like however the labels are made, you know? But
like, whenever I say queer, I do not mean any harm by it. It's basically... I think that it's a useful word, especially if it's been reclaimed, you know?
Yeah, but, I mean, you also say the word deck a lot, and it doesn't sound right. So.
True. And Graham Price says, as an actual gay person, I find the adding of letters onto the end to be a bit annoying, really. I don't judge anyone, but my life hasn't been the same as a gender fluid person or an asexual person. That's actually an interesting poll. I want to find out something. I want to find out... I want to get a demographic breakdown of my community, or at least... let me go to YouTube. This is a serious poll. Serious poll time. This will be the second poll that I've created today. Jeez. Firstly...
Trying to play with that YouTube algorithm.
What are you talking about? YouTube is a perfectly balanced... YouTube
it's perfectly logical and makes sense.
YouTube is a perfectly balanced system with no exploits. But, yeah, I've got...
Said no one ever. I'll take things that aren't true for 500, Bob.
But yeah, I'll bring up this poll. Should this poll exist? And we've got 52% of people said no, and 48% of people said yes. But yeah, we're going to add a poll, and this poll will be... I'm just trying to work out how... Because the option will be... So we'll go gay, trans. Oh, I'll use the 4. So, so we'll start with Let's go into lesbian. I probably have no lesbians watching me. I barely have any females watching me, let alone lesbians.
My female demographic has gone up to 6%.
Okay, that's an improvement on my 5%. I think it's around 5% anyway. Maybe 1% at this point. LG bisexual, trans, none of the above. All right, there we go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to... Which of these do you identify with the most?
And channel deleted.
So that's lesbian,
Going
gay,
the way of old Riley.
bisexual, trans, none of the above. And that's because I can't, you can't select multiple options in a poll, unfortunately. So I had to word that very carefully. All right, post. And I'm really curious to see what the demographics of my channel are, because that would be very interesting. And the Friendly Antinatalist said exactly the terms are not mutually exclusive. Yeah, that is an unfortunate. That's why I'd like polls where you could select more than one option, but unfortunately that doesn't seem to be that's not the case on on here. So, you know, and what I'll do is I'll reload the community tabs to sort of see what might. So
I disconnected for a second. No way.
So there we go. We've got 6 votes, and I expected none of the above to be way ahead of the others, but yeah. Anyway, one person said I'm essentially
none of the above.
One person said I'm essentially hetero, but I'd sleep with Planner.
Planner, take it. He wants to lose his virginity.
Yeah,
that was a nervous laugh there.
Well, I do have a lot of jokes where I say
virginity.
I have a lot of virginity jokes. Like
no, just a lot of virginity.
Yes, virginity is cool. Virginity is cool. That's what I keep telling myself.
Joe Blogs is planner sexual.
Is that a thing?
It is now.
Oh wait, that's not the right thing that I wanted to go to. I've got to go to here and post it because I want to keep that. I want to keep the poll up. All right, so the online right is currently infighting about whether or not they should support the gays.
Whether or not they should support the gays.
Yeah, like, so firstly you had Richard Grinnell was saying, sharing some truth from CPAC that the DC reporters won't acknowledge, and it had statement for the record, CPAC 2021 was an incredibly accepting and wonderful experience for this transgender Republican woman, and then went on about something. And so it's not just about gays, it's about, you know, everyone in the LGBT community. So Lauren Witzke, is that how you pronounce her name? Says we're celebrating
Witzke.
Yeah, says we're celebrating mental illness now, and it's like, no, it's we're supporting people that are trans, you know.
She's saying that it's mental illness. Oh my god, she's literally the one with a mental illness.
Oh really?
No, but saying that kind of thing deserves a what? Planner, stop it. No, not really. But obviously saying that like being gay or transgender is a mental illness is fucking having a mental illness.
I do like that.
I support the gays. They make excellent clothes.
I have, like, the thing is, like, the stereotype of them being fabulous has unironically, I think, made a lot of them fabulous.
Yeah,
which is great. People need to be more fabulous in life. But there is more, but it gets worse. So, Richard Grinnell asked, so just to be clear, you don't welcome gay conservatives into the Republican Party? And she said, did I stutter?
No, you didn't. You're on Twitter. You can't really stutter on Twitter.
Yeah, and it's one of them things that it's like, you do realise this makes you look way worse. Right? Although they're probably not concerned about optics. They're probably like, yeah, like, I'm just going to be out and out homophobic. And
Andrew Stoll asks, should hormone blockers be given to young children? It's a difficult question.
Well, the thing is, I don't see any reason why they shouldn't. It doesn't seem to cause any problems as far as I can tell.
Well, I mean, I did read a story about someone who was given hormone blockers and stuff as a child, and then later went on to regret the decision and tried to sue the doctor that did it. I mean, it's hard because you're still developing. You don't really know what you want. But I personally think that they should be made to live as the gender that they want to for a while before any decision is made.
Well, I think that a good idea is, like, I think that hormone blockers are a good thing because basically what it's doing is it's delaying puberty, right? And
yeah,
you know, if you, I've met recently I met a trans guy who was going through a second puberty, and
yeah, they're real things.
Yeah, and I'm sure he was in his 20s, I think, roughly. Anyway, he was doing tertiary education, and yeah, it doesn't seem to be negatively affecting him. So, you know, so I think that when it comes to puberty blockers, it's, you know, just delaying puberty, and I don't think delaying puberty is going to negatively. At worst, you'll end up like me, right?
Oh God! Wait, what? No, don't do it, guys.
Like that, and you know, I've got a baby face, right?
Yeah. How old are you? You're like 40, 50, aren't you?
I'm actually 24, even though I look half my age.
24 in cat years, is that right?
I mean, the Friendly Antinatalist said prohibiting puberty results in sterility, and I mean, if you're concerned about what gender you are, I think sterility is probably the least of your problems, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to become a man, then it's not really an issue, right? I mean, I mean, the whole subject is a very difficult subject.
Yeah,
but
and I suppose in the Friendly Antinatalist case, it probably wouldn't be much of an issue, right? I mean,
Guess the Master Viewer asked the question that I was going to ask. Do you get ID'd when buying alcohol a lot?
Oh yeah, I do.
I imagine you do. Yeah, I imagine you get ID'd for, like, you know, you just go into a shop using a debit card. Are you old enough to have that, son? Shut up. You try to get on a bus and like, where's your parent?
One time I was just outside of a strip club, and like, I was like, okay, I was trying to say to my mate, let's just not go in, because I knew someone that worked there, and I was like, you know, let's not go in. And besides, it cost $20. It would cost $20 to get in, and like, wasn't carrying any money. Anyway, what happened is these guys came out of the strip club and they're like, this guy is 12. And I was like, I do have ID, and they're like, show us, and I'm like, and they're like, and they're like, oh, that's some good fake ID there. It's like,
if you went into a strip club, the women would be like, I feel uncomfortable doing this to a little teenager.
Yeah, it's one of them.
So you said you shaved earlier. Is that like your yearly thing, or?
Yeah, basically. Oh, it's actually gotten it's actually now every 6 months, so it's gotten better. It's growing at a faster rate. So.
All right, what's the next stupid?
Oh, the next stupid that you want to inject directly into your veins. Okay, what is it?
Yeah.
Oh wait,
just a drip of it.
We still haven't finished this. So, children, this person says, children need a mother and a father. This is one of the most basic human truths. Nope. It hasn't changed just because our society has lost its mind and soul. It should be illegal for adoption agencies to place a child in anything but a stable mother-father home. And
so every single parent in the world is like, am I a fucking joke to you?
Yeah. This could be made as an argument to make adoption aid or orphanages illegal or something like that. We can make some really bad arguments using the premises of these. We could say, okay, well,
I mean, stuff it if there's a stable, loving home to go to. If it's not a man and a woman, then it should be illegal, and that child shouldn't get that stable, loving home. What's wrong with people?
Yeah, it's really shocking how there's these people that just don't understand that gay people, from what I've heard, are actually good at raising children. I've known.
If you've got love to give, why wouldn't you be?
Yeah, I knew someone who was gay, and he was really good with children. The only thing is that he wouldn't have any of his own. He didn't want to have to put up with them. But people would say to him, "Oh, you're really good with children. Why don't you have a child or adopt?" And he's like, "I don't want to have one myself." But if a gay person does want to adopt, let them, right? Otherwise, how would you feel if everyone decided, okay, hetero couples can't adopt? Well, actually, what if we were to say anyone that's sterile and not gay can't adopt? Now that would be a big
that limit. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot more kids waiting to be adopted.
Yeah. And, might as well allow people to adopt if they want to. And what's the next thing?
God's word says gay people should be put to death. No, pretty sure God's words say something about if you lie with another man, you should be stoned. It just means you should get high.
Yeah, well, specifically it says if you lie with another man as you would a woman, and gay people don't lie with a woman, so, the Bible only can, in that sense, well, in Leviticus, as far as I know, it only condemns bisexuality, not homosexuality. But what does the poll say? I'm really interested to see how the breakdown of my community is. Oh!
I need to quickly go and take a Riley. I'll be back in a sec.
Okay, this is interesting. I do have some lesbian viewers. That is very interesting. Huh, I thought that the lesbian viewership would be down at something close to 0, but it's actually at 10%. That's genuinely very interesting. I actually expected bisexuality to be a bit further higher than the rest as well. So that's interesting that it's still at 10%. Because a lot of people tend to be bisexual, from what I've seen anyway. But yeah, we've got a lot of straight cis white people. Oh, actually no, it doesn't mean that they're white, but I'm generally... I'm so used to when I say cis... I associate it with white people because there's like the cis white male sort of stereotype of a lot of people, but a lot of cis straight people, should I say. But what's the comment? What is the comment? Oh, we've got... Did the lesbian go up? Did the lesbian number go up because I mentioned lesbians? Oh. Okay. That was the comment. Okay. That's all I've got to say about that. Okay. Anyway, what do we have in the chat? Oh, we've got Majestical Discomfort saying asexual and pansexual aren't even on there. I mean, asexual can go under none of the above, and pansexual is like bisexual, just more inclusive. I do count... I count pansexual as a type of bisexuality, right?
Okay, I'm back.
Well, someone says, what has sexuality got to do with watching YouTube stuff? There are no absolutes, only labels that are more or less inappropriate. Well, I think that it's interesting to know your audience as well. Like, it turns out that I've got more lesbians in my audience than I initially thought, right? And then the number went down. But, you know, I was still more lesbians in my audience than I initially...
All the lesbians just unsubscribed.
than I initially thought. But, you know, it's like... It's good to know your audience. That way you can... Basically, if you know your audience, you can... be like, okay, there are these people that watch me. It's not just all straight white people that are watching me, you know. I keep on adding the white in. Jeez, I need to stop doing that.
You keep adding the what?
When I say straight male, I add in white sort of instinctively because of the... I need to stop doing that. But I assume that most of my audience is probably like me. Oh! This was a thing that happened recently. So... Did you hear about Mr. Potato Head?
Yes, and not Mr. Potato Head anymore.
Yeah. So, David Brody said, there are only two genders, male and female. That's it. If you have an issue with that, just crack open a Bible. It's right there in black and white. We went over this, didn't we? And
yeah. Oh, my God. These people hurt my brain.
Now... There's a lot to go through, so we'll get through this entire thing, and then we'll go through a few things that I want to point out. So, Charlotte Clymer says, David, serious question. How do we know the potato toy is male? And so he answers with, serious answer, because Hasbro advertised the toy as male, and he has a moustache. Right? And Charlotte Clymer said, so let me get this right. Because the potato toy presents and identifies as male, you respect his decision and need no supposed scientific validation?
For a toy? This is a toy!
Yeah. Like, here's the thing, right? A lot of these people will say that, we'll say that, you know, you need the parts to be male or female. Like, have you checked to see what genitals Mr. Potato Head has?
pretty sure those weren't one of the bits you could pull off.
I mean, it actually kind of does make sense that you can pull the moustache off of Mr. Potato Head. You can pull it off, you know?
Yeah.
But this isn't about the amount of genders there are, right?
Mark Bizer says the original toy didn't even come with a potato. You had to supply your own.
Okay.
Just poke the things into a potato. Yeah, a madman says it's a fucking potato. You're absolutely right.
And Scythe DK says they never wanted to change the name of the toy, Mr. Potato Head. They changed the name of the factory. Oh, so they're even wrong about that. Oh, jeez. But, like, the thing is, they're not trying to say that he's a different gender. They're just removing it's just Potato Head, right? They're just not making him identify with any particular gender. That's not making a new gender.
Ugh, the whole thing is stupid. It's a fucking toy and it's called Mr. Potato Head. Just leave it be. I mean, he's in some of the biggest movies of all time, you know, Toy Story.
I don't mind.
Why is this an issue?
I don't
Stop trying to be so woke.
Well, I don't actually mind them changing it from Mr. Potato Head to Potato Head or whatever, right? And
yeah, just Potato Head.
Yeah, it's one of them things where I don't think that everything needs to be so gendered. I'm one of these. What's that?
I'm pretty sure potatoes don't even have a gender.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's an anthropomorphized root vegetable. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah. It's surprising how many people are getting worked up over a toy. A toy.
Yeah. Maybe what it is, right? The makers of Hasbro, they're like, we haven't sold any Mr. Potato Heads in a while. How can we make people buy it? I know, let's create some controversy around it.
Oh, that's
make them remember that Mr. Potato Head's a thing, and then change the name.
Yeah, and then everyone's going to find out that with Galetti, like everyone, there was a big controversy. Then everyone found out that child factory slaves or child labor. It's like, okay, let's boycott this because child labor. That's why.
Yeah.
You know. The next thing is this here. So this is obviously upcoming because it hasn't happened yet, but trust me, it will happen.
Oh, you've got a link from the future. Impressive.
Yeah, so Trump will take office as the 19th president of the United... Okay, this is a joke, but it's... So
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure there's been more than 19 presidents.
Yeah, so this is clearly a joke, but it wouldn't surprise me if someone believed it. Like, initially, it's one of them things which I glanced over. But yeah, Trump will take the 19th president of the United States on March 4th under the restored republic. Let's explain. You believe you live in a nation called the United States of America. This nation hasn't existed since 1971, when this nation ceased to be a nation and became a corporation belonging to the City of London. Every time you see an American flag with a gold fringe and a gold tilt attached to it, it represents the corporation, not the country. This is the reason you can never make progress financially. This is why the law always seems to be against the average citizen, while the rich and elite literally get away with murder and worse things.
Yeah, that all makes perfect sense. I mean, I'm convinced Trump will become president again.
But the thing is, it's hard to tell whether these things are serious. Oh, I get why. Actually, I get why it says the 19th president of the United States. Because
in 1871 it stopped being the states, so at that point there was only 18 presidents. I'll
see 18th president of the United States. Yeah, that was.
I mean, this is, you say it's a joke, but this is something I believe people would say.
Yeah, like I actually initially I thought it was a joke, but then I'm like thinking, oh, is it really though?
Oh, Graham Price says it's not a joke. The Trumpers really believe it, and there had to be a much bigger presence of security and police in DC on the 4th. The QAnon idiots really believed it.
Oh, jeez. Like that's the thing.
Like, it's the 7th now, so this would have happened already.
Yeah,
I think we would have heard.
It's one of them things where it's like initially, like reading the 19th president, I thought, oh, this is a joke, but then because he was the 49th president. wait, what was he? Wait, no, was he 42 or 49? I can't remember.
I think you should have to take an IQ test before you can use the internet from now on.
Probably. But this is one of them things which it's at the height of Poe's law.
Apparently, there's been a thumbnail out saying that this has actually been moved to March the 20th.
Can Elon please work on the Mars thing faster? We need to get to Mars.
Yeah, I got shotgun. I'm going first.
45th president. But yeah, I want off this planet. If these people exist, you know what? Fuck it. You can have climate change. You get all the climate change you want. We're leaving to Mars.
Yeah, Earth's kind of screwed. We'll just leave it with the idiots and we'll go colonize a new place.
Yeah, leave it with all the flat earthers that don't believe Mars exists. That solves the problems.
But, human stupidity never goes away, and after a few hundred years of living on Mars, in domes, people would be like, gas pressure has to be contained. Mars is flat. We never flew through space. You're liars.
Yeah. Maybe we should just make it so that you might have to take an IQ test to go to Mars. That way we keep all the idiots contained in the dome. I mean, on Earth.
Keith Newton says we need to send all the stupid people to Mars so we can stay. No, they don't get to go to space.
We'll just put them in orbit around the sun, in a decaying orbit around the sun.
So just fire them into the sun.
Yeah. Well, what you do, right, is you fire the rocket because orbits work in a weird way, right? You fire the rocket in the opposite direction from the way that Earth is traveling. What that does is it will travel in a decaying orbit. It'll have a decaying orbit. That's how you deorbit things. You basically have to slow them.
Yeah, we just need to fire them into the sun. All right, we don't need to think about it. We just need to fire them into the sun.
Well, the problem is I don't want them. I don't want it so that the rocket ends up coming back around to Earth. We've got to make sure that they actually hit into
straight into the sun, just to the center of the gravity well.
Well, you do realize that orbits work in a weird way, right? If you were to...
Yeah, I know you're gonna have to apply pressure, force in the opposite direction of the orbit.
Yeah.
But I don't think it would take... a rocket wouldn't have that much mass, so it wouldn't take that much force to be able to deaccelerate and then just kind of let the gravity well do its thing.
Yeah, because I feel like flurfs are like the tardigrade or something and could actually survive in a vacuum.
Oh God!
Because
don't say that.
They don't have a brain, so we never know what they're capable of. You can't trust something without a brain.
Bella Charge says we should not do that because it will turn the sun into a black hole with the density of flurf brains.
Oh,
true. And then we couldn't have anywhere in the solar system to colonize because we'd all be screwed.
To be fair,
basically, what Bella Charge is saying is that flat earthers are going to end society.
Well, to be fair, there have been some potential cataclysmic events called the FEIC. And that was...
yeah. Seismic activity around those locations is incredible.
Yeah. That was potentially basically ending life as we know it. Fortunately, it didn't create a black hole with the density of Earth brains all in one place, but still,
we are lucky.
Yeah, maybe
could have been worse.
Maybe the scientists got onto that. All right, so here's something that I wouldn't be surprised if there's people that believe this, but this is a conspiracy. So last year, Obama said that he was 50. This year, he says that he is 51. Which is it, Obama?
Oh, God, he can't make up his mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
wouldn't be surprised if some flat earthers believed things like that, though.
Well, the next thing, right, is actually about flat earthers, and I got this from a flat earth Discord, so it's definitely from a flat earther, right? And
yeah, but most flat earthers oppose. We know this. So, oh God. All right. Okay.
So yeah, Earth is too big to see over the curve. Ships disappear over the Earth's curve, and yeah, both of them are correct.
Yep. Thing is, what they don't realize is there's no reason mathematically to see a curve left to right when you are, at sea level, 6 feet, even 100 feet. The horizon is the same distance away from you all around. You stand, if you were in an island in the middle of the sea, and the island was just a tiny bit of sand, so it was just enough for you to stand on, and you turned round in a circle 360 degrees, the horizon is the same distance away from you at every point, every degree that you're turning. So the horizon's going to look flat.
Yeah.
That's what you expect. So why do I have to explain basic physics to idiots as a life choice?
It's something that flat earthers struggle with. That's why they're flat earthers.
Tying their shoelaces is something they struggle with. I get worried if I see a flat earther outside and they're not wearing a crash helmet. I'm like, someone's going to get hurt.
Well, you do have advanced flat earthers, like Barnabas Nagy could put on a hat.
I haven't covered Barnabas yet.
Oh.
I messaged him once on Discord. I was like, hey, I'd love to have a discussion. And he messaged me back, said, fuck off, you shill. And then blocked me.
Well, he did believe the whole... He did believe the whole document.
He ran with that pretty hard.
Yeah. But yeah. What's the next thing that we've got here? So
I've got about 10 minutes and I'm going to need to jump off, okay?
Okay. I think we've got only a few things left. So, speaking of genders, this is one of the cringiest things I've ever seen. If you divide 52 genders by 3 bathrooms, how much climate change do you get? Answer: math is racist.
I can't even comprehend that in my head. If you divide 52 genders by 3 bathrooms, how much climate change do you get? Answer: math is racist.
They didn't even spell math.
I did see someone
right.
recently, a flat earther, that was telling me that the moon was racist.
That was Daniel Pratt.
Yeah, but more than one flat earther have said the same thing.
Oh, really? But
oh god, SyphDK in the chat says Barnabas Nagy says the internet is the ether because you connect using an Ethernet cable.
I saw that.
Right, yeah, Barnabas needs his own episode of Flirts or Idiots.
Yeah, but this is just this is one of these things where it's trying to be funny, basically being funny, climate change isn't real, 52 genders isn't real, racism doesn't exist anymore, we solved racism back in fuck knows when. And why would you want $3? It's like all of this clumped into one, and it's like just cringy.
Yeah.
I do like the meme underneath it though. Yes, there are 64 agendas, and every time you complain, we add 5 more. Now that's funny, right?
Just keep adding them.
But this is just like cringe, as it says, cringe political posts. But here's a serious debate, right? Which one is it?
Oh, that's a good question, but it's the bottom one, because when you wear ties, you can still see your neck, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with
you don't put
2.
a tie around your chin,
ties,
or in the middle of your neck.
Ties generally relax on your chest, so.
I mean, the more important question is, which way would they wear trousers?
True. That's also
Would they have like trousers before legs, or would they just have the trousers on the back 2 legs?
I mean, I wear trousers both on my back legs and my non-walking legs.
You're not doing it right.
These are my non-walking legs.
Oh, I'm tired.
And, see, I'm wearing trousers on them right now. Okay, no one gets it. That's fine. We'll just move on. Everyone's saying 2, so...
2 makes much more sense.
Yeah. Alright. But next we've got the Gab. Great Twitter account. I love the Gab's Twitter account. There's just no self-awareness. Or Gab.com, should I say. So it says...
Our way of life must be preserved.
Yeah, so...
Why does she have a hunting rifle?
Why does he have...
The dog has a pistol. Okay, they've all got pistols, including oh my god.
Why is he pointing the gun at his sister? Like,
not much control here. And that dog should not be playing with a loaded gun. Also, since when is the American way of life to all crowd round a barbecue station holding your guns?
Yeah, and here's the thing. Firearm safety. Do not point a gun at another person, regardless of whether it's loaded. That's just firearm safety basics. Like, I don't have a gun, and even I know this.
I'm concerned that as we're watching this, the likes have been going up. And how many retweets and quotes it's got. I hope a lot of them are going, no, this is wrong. But,
I think
why has the dog got a gun?
I think that the quote tweets, there's a decent amount of quote tweets here, because you know what? You know that Gab.com is all what Gab.com was all about, right?
No.
They're all about free speech.
And guns.
Oh, they're all about free speech. On quote tweets just went up. But look at who can reply.
People at Gab mentioned only people they've ever mentioned can actually reply.
Well, only people that I think it's only people that they mentioned in this.
So nobody then.
Yeah, basically
nobody can reply. Right. So they've got to quote the tweet to be able to say anything about it.
Yeah, they're such free. Now you can lock your posts if you want to, but it's kind of ironic saying, "Oh, Twitter and all that is against free speech," yet only the people that you mention in a tweet can reply. You've basically locked down.
Yeah.
But I bet when we go to quote tweets, hopefully it's not porn. And then
technically, there's a crossfire. What was that? Go back.
Crossfire.
Technically, there's a crossfire risk here. I'm just saying. Yeah, totally.
One person says.
Fixed it. Trump lost. Lol. The dog.
Yeah.
Airbud a shooter off the court.
Yo, no one told me dogs use guns too. But yeah.
Guess the master viewer asked, did I ever use guns during my time in the Navy? I mean, yeah, I used them, but I never shot people or anything.
Okay, that's fair enough. But the last thing that we've got for this show is a sentiment that I think everyone very much agrees with. If you are... Well, actually, I'll let FTFE say this, because this is the sort of thing that he would definitely say.
If you are arguing with an expert and the expert is supporting their argument with evidence and not backing down, maybe you should consider the possibility that it isn't a worldwide conspiracy. The expert might not be closed-minded, and maybe, just maybe, you are wrong.
And I think that
Come on.
No, you don't think that? But yeah, it's one of these things that I think that everyone can agree with. If all the people that have argued with PhD Tony, right? You've got Jason.
I know.
His geometry is wrong, and I think that that's just been mentioned. If I go over to Discord, I think that. Oh wait, no, he just sent a link to a server. Jason keeps on sending me links to a server, even though I've already joined his server. I'm already in his server. Why is he sending me links?
Because he's desperate for attention.
Yeah, I do have to get onto my video where it's just a compilation of all the stupid things he said in the debate. So the video is going to be 6 hours long, but never mind that.
Just reposting the debate, are you?
Pretty much. I'll go with the extra stupid, which is still the whole entire debate, but the prime. I do have to, be very specific of the type of stupid that I'm going to be using. So, and the George said, someone send this to 33UC, and yeah, we could do that.
Is 33 still a thing?
Yeah, well, if you send it to 33UC, mate. Well, he won't learn about it, but he won't learn anything from it. But it's still basically saying you're wrong. Here's why.
Because reasons.
Yeah. But next, I'll probably have another debate with Jason at some point. But I'll bring some bacon along.
Oh God!
I'll bring some bacon along next time.
I might bring him on once more at some time if I just feel like a dumpster fire, but I don't know. Yeah. He was quite insufferable.
I want to get that D-Realm person on.
Yeah, I've been trying to get them.
I want to get him on next week. Reason being is because it'll be Pi Day, right? And I want to talk about Pi for Pi Day. And I had Landon Knoll on last week talk about Pi, and I'd like to say, okay, let's go through it point by point, rather than having this back and forth on videos, and try and just settle it once and for all in a discussion, right? And because there are things that he is missing. I do still need to get a one of the books that I always use for maths, where it had all these squares. And basically, I'll go, okay, here's one way you can calculate pi, and I need to buy a compass as well. But yeah.
You're going to actually ask him to do maths, that's not going to work out well.
Well, I mean, he can do it with a calculator. Fohammer just said something that should come through the text-to-speech soon. Takes a while for it to come through text-to-speech. Sometimes.
Ball.
There we go.
Plainer walk bacon was already done with Jason.
Use sausage and T-bone steaks.
Yeah, just lots of steak. That'll piss him off.
I'm actually not the
Man,
big...
maybe he wouldn't be such a little, like, hangry bitch if he ate a steak.
You know, I am not a big fan of steak. Like, I do like I do like teriyaki steak, but I'm just like, steak isn't really my thing. I prefer like pork and stuff. I haven't had pork in ages. Like steak
we made pulled pork. We left it in a slow cooker for 24 hours, and I put barbecue sauce and paprika and some hot sauce and stuff in with it. And then we like put it in some baguettes with some cheese, and it was amazing.
Like,
But I am going to jump off the now, bud.
Yeah. One last thing that I'm going to say is maybe Jason should get the lab-grown meat.
Yeah, I wonder what he'd feel about that.
Yeah. I think that lab-grown meat is definitely better. It's definitely...
Did you hear me and Team talking last night?
What was that?
Well, if you can like, grow lab meat from like one cell of an animal, would it be cannibalism if you grew a cell from a human and ate it?
I don't think so.
Because then you could start celebrity meat, right? This is a business we've come up with where we get cultures of celebrities and sell like celebrity steaks.
Well, I mean, like, I suppose like if you've ever swallowed any bit of yourself at all, like, that's the age-old question: is a blowjob cannibalism?
On that, Mark, I'm going to drop out. Thank you for having me on, bud, and thank you for coming on the show again.
And I will be ending the stream up here because this is actually the last thing that we had. So,
oh, nice, good timing then. All right, bud. Well, I'll catch you later.
All right. So anyway, I can't quite go to the other scene yet because I've got to do my outro of leave a like and subscribe if you liked that stream. Leave a comment of what you'd like me to do for the next stream, especially on Pi Day. I need something to do for Pi Day if I don't end up having a discussion with the person who denies Pi. If someone wants to debate me about Pi, then yeah, come on and debate me about it, you know? Because I've got a video that will be releasing on Pi Day though, so maybe I can just release that. If I don't have anything by then. But yeah. Anyway, I will see you in the next stream. Between you and me, thank you for watching. Just real quick, switch over to here and reload the page and we'll get the results. So yeah, lesbian at 6%, gay 9%, bisexual at 9%, trans at 6%, and 70% said none of the above. So, just in case you're wondering. And we see in